So actually, Gold program is was launched in. Actually, NAZ Foundation is an organization which was started in the year 1994 by Anjali Gopalan, and then we actually worked in the area of HIV care, and then we found out that there is around 2004-2006, lot of young women were getting infected because of HIV, and there's a huge logic around.
Yes, you continue because it's recording.
So I'll just telling why we started Gold was in our clients we see like maximum number of girls were infected with HIV, and they were young girls between the ages of 18 to 25, and they were highly vulnerable, and they didn't had any rights, and they were suffering, and they were in pain, and they didn't had any resources. And these are the young women who came to us and said, if we would have known how to how to say no to certain things, like how to say no to early marriage, how to say no to sex, how to basically know their bodies, and how to say no to pregnancy. So at least we could have prevented ourselves from this infection. But so that's how our director and national coordinator thought that we should have a program with young girls between the ages of 12 to 16, and that's how. And at the same time, Standard Chartered Bank also wanted to work in India with young girls, because they, through their research, they have found that girls are better savers. So we came together, and we used a unique medium of sports, and we chose a game called netball, which was a new and unique game for India. And netball is basically a girls' game, and it is a non-contact game, and it's a team game. And through that game itself, there's a lot of life skills which one can give to the girls, and we started using netball. So it was from the year 2006 to 2008 we piloted the Gold program in Delhi, India, through NAZ Foundation, and where we went to the community sites where we engaged 20 to 30 girls and brought them together twice a week, like Mondays and Wednesdays, twice a week for an hour. And then we just gave them balls and asked them to play in a farm kind of a setup. And it was a huge struggle initially, because they will not get rid of the dupattas or oil they were wearing, and they would not move from one place, and they were in their slippers, and they would just, the ball would just, they don't know how to hold the ball, because that was the first time they have ever seen the ball, because balls were only meant for boys, and it was not for girls, and they could actually feel the ball, and the ball just banged on the face because they don't know how to control or catch the ball. And it was a huge struggle initially, and there was a lot of what you can say resistance from the parents for the girls to play, because every time we went and asked, like, we want the girls to come out and play. If you have a boys program, and we have son who would like to come and join, but girls they're just are there with their mothers, cooking food and doing household chores. So for the first 2 years it was a huge struggle to actually convince any stakeholder partners that we are doing a sports program for girls, that too in the vulnerable section where sports is not at all a priority in any distance, and it's not anywhere in their life, and especially for the girls. And also the thinking that after menstruation the girl should not play, so that was also very strong. So if we would have asked for girls, they say, if we have a daughter who is like 7-year-old, you can take her, but we have a daughter who is like 13 and has started her periods, then it's difficult. We wanted the girls who are like started 12. So that's how we started the program, piloted in Delhi, and it was huge success. And then Standard Chartered Bank also thought that it's a good program, and then we expanded the program in Delhi to other communities and schools. And then in 2009 we took the program in Mumbai, where our national coordinator moved and established the program in Mumbai in the similar lines. And in 2010 also we took the program to Chennai, where we did both sports and we did life skills. So we have a sports curriculum and we have a life skills curriculum. So it basically twice a week for an hour they have to be with us for a year long. So it's a commitment for a year.
What did you say? It's a commitment for one,
1 year. For the girls.
Yes.
For a batch of girls, the commitment is for a year at least.
And it's 2 times a week.
Twice a week for an hour each. So 2 hours in a week. That has to be twice a week. Kind of a setup, and it has to be 10, at least for 10 to 12 months. So at least for the 10 months because it include holidays. So it's actually 12 months, but 10. And then we have a life skills module and we have a sports curriculum which we use of netball, the IFNA curriculum, and we have a Netball Australia which joined us, and they also gave us a curriculum around netball. And we have a life skills module which largely talks about the first part largely talks about communication and gender and peer pressure and basically how to learn to say no. So that kind of thing. And then we have a section which is Be Healthy, which talks about the body and health and hygiene and HIV. HIV is also a major thing which we wanted to talk about. But we have girls who are like 12, 13, 14 and still there are lots of myths around menstruation. So we talk a lot. We have a section on menstruation where we actually break various taboos, the cultural taboos we have around periods and menstruation. And because of that, a lot of girls actually suffer. So we talk a lot around that, and then we talk about if the girls are elder, we also talk about contraception and family planning kind of a thing. And we also in the next section talk about their rights. We also talk about sexuality, what are their sexual rights and things like that. We also do a lot of stuff around violence, what are different types of violence, and violence is a big piece which we do, and how they have to raise their voice, and it's very important to share if you have experienced any kind of violence, and where all they can share, and what are the safe spaces and what are the unsafe spaces, who are the support organization or people you can look around for support. So those discussions, it's called the source mapping kind of thing which we do. And then what are different papers which are required to establish your identity. So we have sessions around that. And the last big piece is financial literacy. So the employees from Standard Chartered Bank actually come to the sites and talk about savings, budgeting, and what is banking, and how one can bank, and who can bank, and things like that. So that's the financial literacy bit. So that's our life skills module made up of, and which is developed by us, and then it was been translated by Population Council in Hindi and Tamil, because we were doing in Chennai and Mumbai, so we translated in 2 other languages as well. And it was only in 11-12 the Standard Chartered Bank actually thought the program is really good, and then they launched this program in 5 other countries, and now it's in 10 other countries. And the program is really been not by us, but Standard Chartered Bank has actually taken the program to different levels in different countries as such, because it's sports, and now we are focusing more on gender-based violence, especially around the incidents happened like last year. So there is a lot of energy in the families, and there is a lot of support from the mothers, where they actually now want the girls to send to a program like Goals. And we had a lot of requests where last year where the school principals and the mothers, they have said that we should include self-defense in our curriculum. So this year we have included the taekwondo, the Japanese art, the martial art. So they said that we want that to be included as part, because they see goal from that perspective. So they make the girls more confident, and that they can prevent any kind of violence on them. So they feel the self-defense should be an integral part. So this year we included that aspect as well. So we trained around 400-500 girls this year on self-defense.
That's nice.
Yeah, so we are still adapting our curriculum, including whatever the need is coming up. So that's brief around the program. And we have a site right now, which is Jadpur, which we have time from 2 to 3, and it's this is the picture, I think.
Yes.
No, not this one. There's another site. So we are going there. It's a community site which is called Jadpur, and this is one of the oldest sites which we have. And this is largely managed by. They're all girls, and they are managed by girls.
That's nice.
So that they are called, because in the second level of the program, after 1 year, we choose few girls who we call like gold champions, or we call them peer leaders, and then they basically train other girls on life skills, on sports, or self-defense kind of thing. And then in the third year, we actually hire few of them as full-time staff, and
That's
also
nice.
part-time staff. Yeah. And they are like community sports coaches, so they are coaches from the community. So when we go, you'll see
Yes.
the program in progress.
It's going to be very interesting to see this a little bit later then.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for this, Yaya, and let's speak more a little bit later.
Sure.